Okay, welcome. We're at Oulton Park for week 3 of the NASCAR Euro Series. This is the Wednesday 8:15 somewhat scheduled SOF race, it seems right now. It did split. We are the one car in top split again. We put down a 126.4 in qualifying, which was pretty solid. Not a perfect lap by any means, but good enough to start second. Pretty happy with it. The leader, or pole sitter, put down a 26 flat almost, which was really impressive to me. I'm not sure how far off that would be the absolute top times of the week, but almost half a second faster than me seemed really impressive. I like Oulton Park in general. It's a really popular track since it became free, which is great. Does well for the slower classes of cars. It's never been one of my best tracks per se, but I do enjoy driving it. It's got a nice flow. However, this island layout is easily my least favorite. It cuts out the interesting banked hairpin for this blind tight hairpin. It does cut out the worst of the two chicanes that are on the course, but that hairpin's kind of dangerous. And half of my practice laps, I forgot that we were taking the short course and totally blew by the hairpin. And my biggest fear starting a race at this layout every time is that someone will think we're running the normal international circuit and just drive through the field, and it has happened before. But there's a quick pace lap here, which is great, so we're already rolling to the green. 20-minute race, fixed setup. Get a pretty good launch. The 6-car slots in ahead of us. We almost have a look going into turn 1, but we're taking it real easy. They're a bit bunched up behind us. Like all the races we've done in this car so far, it's really important to avoid sliding or locking up the tires. Just trying to stay with the leader. He was really fast in qualifying. Maybe he'll just pull away from us. Maybe we can learn from him. Maybe he just doesn't have the race pace and we can stay with him the whole time. I was struggling on the entry to the chicane with just turning in too late. The tire barriers are really scary. They will grab your car and or knock your toe out of alignment, so you want to avoid them, but you've got to really turn in early and commit to make lap time. The 5-car behind us, who started in 3rd, has stayed with us really closely, but behind him we're opening up a gap already outside of the podium positions. We've lost a second to the pole sitter though, so we've got to push to keep him in our sights and keep the pressure on. He goes a little wide in the hairpin, very easy to do. Throughout practice, I was debating staying in 2nd gear or dropping all the way to 1st gear in the hairpin. 1st gear seems faster when you can get the rears to hook up, but it's also very easy to just kick out the rear end and burn up the tires and lose lap time. We do pretty well through the chicane that time and make up some time on the leader. 2 seconds behind us already in 4th place, so pressure behind, non-existent right now. So easy to just slide this car at this track. It's kind of a low grip track in general, I feel. Starting lap 3, we already see a couple cars in the pits and another lapped car just pulling out of the pits. Thankfully he comes out behind us. So there were some troubles behind in the first couple laps. We don't get through that turn very well this lap. We try to make up for it a little bit going to the hairpin, and we just get awful lockup. A little bit of wheel hop, and then, yeah, just a long lockup, which lets the 5-car through. So we didn't run off course, we didn't go in the grass, we didn't hit the barrier. Car's fine, other than a little bit of heat in the tires, but just one of those things. I have the brake bias moved as far rearward as possible, and it just was not enough strength to make it the braking distance. Here's a quick replay. You see massive lockup, and yeah, I couldn't make it any easier for the 5-car to get by. So we lost another second to the leader because of that. Race has changed a little bit. Now we've got to apply pressure to the 5, hopefully get by him, but try not to fight him too badly so we can have a chance at the 6. The 5-car wasn't too far off of us in practice and qualifying. He has a lockup in turn 1 this time. We're not close enough to try to make a move there, but you know, we want to avoid fighting each other and slowing each other down, basically. We get through the sweeping left-hander better this lap, but we're taking it easy into the hairpin. He's going kind of defensive, kind of in the middle of the track, but we just had a big lockup the last lap, so the last thing I want to do is try again, have a big lockup, and take someone else out. Plus, we can cool down tires a little bit by trying to get in easier, extending our braking zones a little bit. Oulton Park is, like I said, a great track for the slower categories of road racing. Mazdas, slower Formula cars, GT4s even. These cars definitely fit that pace-wise, but they're so wide, and it's a pretty narrow track that, you know, you don't really need to commit to a defensive line to prevent someone from overtaking. You can kind of just stay in the middle of the track, and there's nothing the person can do about it, really, in a lot of these corners. The hairpin is obviously the best passing zone because it's the heaviest braking zone. The final corner, second heaviest braking zone on the track, and then the chicane, which isn't a very good passing opportunity, but it's possible. Very dangerous. The 5-car has his own little lockup into the hairpin and has an oversteer moment coming out of it, so we close up a little bit. We haven't really lost any more time to the leader either. So we're doing what we want to do, applying pressure but not slowing ourselves down. Keeping the car under us. That's the whole goal. In practice, I was going off the track on that corner too on the left side and just kind of getting stuck on the curb or stuck on the grass a little bit. Really easy to do. So you've got to run... you need to run wide and use all of the track, and you need to take the inside curb, but it's such a fine, narrow line to get right that if you miss the curve on the inside a little bit or you turn in a little too late, you are going off the track on the left. And I apologize for not knowing any of the corner names at Oulton Park. I should have referenced the map before making commentary, but I'll learn them. We get a decent run into the hairpin this time, but again, he's kind of defensive. If I really committed to the right side, I'm sure he would have moved over as well. It's not close enough for me to really feel confident to commit on a late braking maneuver. And we're only 6 laps or 5.5 laps into this race, so no need to really make a risky move so early. 3 seconds of a gap behind us. Five cars will lock up in the final corner. We close right up onto him. Turn 1, tricky corner to attempt to pass.
The leader is running 26.485.
He's a slide though, so we keep up our run. Think about going to the inside here, but back off. Try to take a wide arc and late apex to possibly set up into the hairpin, but he actually gets through it better than we do, so there's no shot this lap either. Some more smoke ahead from the 5 car. We get through that corner decently well. We're not too close, but he brakes a bit early. We have a big lockup moment. I'm trying to unlock the tires, slide way wide up in front of him. He easily gets the position back. We lose another second to the leader. Totally an unintentional send there. Didn't mean to scare him or surprise him or make him think that we were crazy or anything like that. Just caught out a little bit by the earlier braking than I was expected. I wanted to close up closely, but yeah, we started braking, and once we jumped out of line, yeah, in the big lockup, we were not making the corner properly there. For good measure, we run wide on the left-hand sweeper too. So we're back to the position we just were at, with hotter tires and less time to the cars behind us and more time to the car in first. So not the best move there. We'll take a look at the replay. Yeah, just another huge lockup like on lap 3. Honestly looked really similar, felt really similar. Glad again to just keep it on track. I mean, we didn't even go on the grass. With the mistake on the last lap, the 5 car has been able to pull a few more tenths on us.
27.057.
I've noticed the 5 car is really not afraid to use all of the track and let the rear step out a bit. Definitely not underdriving the car, and in a 20-minute race, you don't want to leave anything on the table. Maybe I'm too cautious in these races. Have kind of an oval racer mentality about saving tires when there's really no need. Lap time is going to come in at a 26.9, which felt like a pretty solid pace. I think even for a qualifying lap, that would have put us near the front. So happy with my relative pace to the other drivers in general in this split. Like I said, Oulton Park, not my favorite free track by any means, but a pretty good one. I think the Foster's layout would be especially exciting in these cars. It's almost like a right-turning oval. You get a variety of medium-speed corners and one really slow corner. It's interesting. Hope it's on the schedule for next year, or for next season. I think there's a good chance it will be. 5-car, huge moment coming out of the chicane. Almost gets his car 90 degrees sideways to the right, but somehow doesn't lose that much time to us. But we're able to roll up on him in the next set of right-handers a little bit. We're actually on pace to match our qualifying lap so far. So the few lockups that we've had haven't really affected our ultimate lap time. Already as we start lap 11, we're just over 5 minutes to go in the race. Our chance at a win has probably disappeared. The gap is maintained pretty constant other than our few mistakes, but 4 seconds is a lot of time to make up, against someone who's basically your same pace. Behind us, we've been able to pull out a little bit more of a gap on 4th place after our earlier issues. Not too worried that we're going to lose much time behind. The 5-car does what we did at the beginning of the race and has a bit of a lockup and runs deep, but is able to recover better than we did. Still, we're able to close up right behind, so we're only 0.3 of a second behind, but no way to pass into the chicane at this juncture. And he backs up the corner coming out of the chicane to account for the mistake on the previous lap, I'm sure. We're both really pushing, get on the grass on the left side a little bit. We're almost right to his bumper going to lap 1 this lap. I'm sorry, turn 1 this lap. Think about having a look to the left again, but the car's kind of in the middle of the track and it's such a short braking zone. I didn't feel comfortable trying to do it. He's clearly going defensive into the hairpin. Almost run into the back of him, even though we didn't have a lockup at all. Just were able to close up really well there, but no time really gained or lost coming out of the hairpin. Three minutes to go as we go underneath the bridge. So 2 laps after this one. Close up really closely again. I could feel that I had better braking than the 5-car at this point. Felt like I was rolling through the middle of the corners faster as well. But we've got basically 4 more opportunities to make a pass on the braking in these last 2 laps. I'll let the TV cam play side by side as we go through the last 2 laps.
26.992. The leader is on 26.747.
So nailing turn 3, definitely important to have a look into the hairpin. We both get through it really well though. Not a chance to make a pass, but a good chance to check our braking. And we get into the corner really well. He has a lockup, and we just get to his right side, but no overlap. He's got better momentum coming out of the corner from the wider line anyway, so no pass done, but we are closer. About even through the chicane. Watching this back, I feel like I really should be opening up the first left-hander there more. When I was doing that in practice, I was having issues with running wide. You almost get to the outside in the final corner, but not a way to make a pass like that too easily. Better shot into turn one, maybe, but he's being defensive, kind of staying in the middle of the track. Again, had a chance at the inside in turn three, but we opt not to take it, and I think that we're going to get a better run to the hairpin. We do. We actually have we're gaining some momentum. He's definitely going defensive. I'm going to commit to a late break on the outside. Just get into the grass on the left and save it. Lose control, but save it. Lose 2 seconds. And there goes our chance for a second. We made a little bit of light contact. It was close. As I was in the car during the race, I thought maybe he didn't leave quite enough room and pushed me off a little bit, but it is a curved braking zone, and there was a car's width there. I could have tried to hold it a bit closer. Really had to take a shot there. We felt like we were better on the brakes the previous lap. Even if we got there all the way into the braking zone, would I have been able to make a pass on the outside of the hairpin? Probably not, but it could have set us up more favorably for the rest of the lap. But,
I'm sorry, I got wheel damage.
yeah, we don't make the pass. We're sliding through the last few corners. Okay. We're still safe to fourth behind us, so we're going to come home third in a pretty fun race. We take a stupid 1X on the final corner of the race for no reason, just by taking a little too much curb. But yeah, congrats to Joe in the 6 car. Fun race. Let's look at the results. Okay, so the third place finish in a 23:59 top split gives us a little bit of iRating and 129 championship points. Pretty decent result, about on pace with what we've done the first 2 weeks. And it puts us at 6th overall in the championship out of the 2,055 entries so far. Next week is Donington with a good chance of rain, so I look forward to that. Thanks for watching.